Hey! Happy American New Year, everybody. Welcome to episode 125 of the Grease Pole Podcast. Appreciate you taking part. As always, new episodes drop in your lap each and every Monday on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We are also simulcast on YouTube, where you see Swoop's fine ass across the screen. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube as well, with the playoffs and the draft approaching, which is cocaine every year for your boy. Let me get the phlegm out of my throat. I'm breathing really heavy into this microphone to start this episode. This is not hot. It doesn't bode well for the future of this episode. But, yeah, Swoop is a nice touch. New year, new pod. New year, new stuff.
New stuff.
Yeah, new shit. Shiny new toys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put off getting into the birds here because second week in a row of depression. I feel spoiled. There was a time in my life in which I was used to losing games multiple weeks in a row, but now that is new to me. And I very much don't like how it feels. But we received good news today. The Kraken are hosting the Winter Classic.
Hell yeah!
Next year against the less expansion, the less new of the shiny new teams, the Golden Knights. So that's going to be fun.
Apparently our rival.
Yeah, the NHL really wants you guys to be rivals with them because you're the new teams.
I don't like it. I feel it's very forced, like not organic.
It does.
It also doesn't make much sense other than they're the last two in.
To the two, exactly. I think the more natural rivalry would be, as we said, Vancouver.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, the Flyers.
Yeah, well, yeah, Gritty and Bowie.
Yeah, no.
I
could see the Kings, maybe. Or
that would make sense. Ooh, what about the Sharks?
Cool,
Sharks and the Kraken.
They're both
cool
sea beasts. They're both sea beasts. Out West Coast sea beasts.
Yeah,
and their mascot's just as almost as stupid looking as Bowie.
You're gonna love them.
He roots for both teams, Justin.
It's okay.
That's the thing that she showed me where I was like, yeah, no, I'm out on this dude.
He was like, let's just everybody have fun and let's everybody
you notice what the Kraken have been doing? Winning.
I mean, they have. But it was very
not
Kevin Nash in the longest yard.
Not because of him. Not because of him.
Fuck you,
I don't
Bowie.
know. I'm just saying. It could be worse, too. Did you see the Redskins' new mascot?
No.
Maybe we'll do that on Gear Freaks.
Oh.
What?
Things to look forward to.
I wish they had a mascot like...
Oh, I have not seen anything nor teaser, so I'm excited.
No, me either. This evaded me somehow, but... I wish they would have done this like 3 years ago when they had the offensive name.
Yeah.
What would they have come up with then?
Probably the same thing.
Is it?
What it is.
So what is it?
Oh no, he teased us.
Cheeks mascot?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
most of them are.
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, look at Blob for the Philly Stars, for fuck's sake.
I love that.
Blob
don't
is
you
cool.
dare! Don't you dare!
I'm not shitting on Blob. I enjoy Blob, but I love Gritty for fuck's sake.
Gritty's kind of. I feel like Gritty's just too full of himself.
Gritty is very arrogant because Gritty knows and understands fully. Absolutely. Gritty has earned this shit, and Gritty knows that he is the best thing that the Philadelphia Flyers organization, as they say in hockey, has to offer, because it's certainly not the on-ice product. It's not.
It definitely isn't, and it definitely wouldn't ever be a championship. So
Holy shit!
At least they have an arrogant mascot to kind of rough people up, since the team's not going to win anything. But hey, what's up, dudes?
Happy New Year, friend.
Hey, happy New Year to all of you.
Thanks, man.
Joe texts me last week. Hey, man, what do you want for Lindgren?
I'm 100% serious too. I'm waiting on the offer. Like, what do you want?
Live negotiations.
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what. Listen. Before we get to that, my goalies are so hot and cold that lastly. Okay, so listen up. Like, okay, I lost last week. Mike beat me by 1 point.
No.
By 1 point, I lost 5-4.
Mike is the villain of our league somehow.
Like, yeah,
he doesn't really do anything.
I wonder if he's even aware of it. Can we be honest? Like, does he know?
I want to send Mike this clip and be like, "Yeah,
listen, hey,
Hot Joe hates you."
He beat me 5-4, but the only reason he beat me is because he's got Ullmark and Vasilevsky.
Yeah,
and you're damn sure going to get 3 to 5 wins every single week.
Yep,
having those two goalies. So hey, hats off to you, buddy. But I mean, listen, so you beat me with the goalie battle because none of my guys could let in less than 7 goals each time they appeared last week. So, the only thing that I actually truly lost was shots on goal and hits, which is really, let's be honest, a participation trophy point. So really, I beat him in goals and assists and plus minus and power play. But whatever, I still lost. It's fine. No big deal. I'm still in second. It's fine. But my point of this was Justin. I'm serious when I say, hey, what do you want for Charlie Lindgren? Because he's on fire.
Yeah. For the record, since it's a keeper league, draft picks are on the table as well.
Yeah.
So
and the reason, remember, I told you because your number one man's actually got a shutout, and
that's just luck.
Yeah, but my opponent had him, and then didn't have enough goalie appearances, so I ended up winning 9-1.
Oh hell yeah!
So I ended up
There you go.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
I ended up not needing Lindgren after all last week,
but
I still need him going forward.
With everybody hurt in Colorado, Georgiev is so hot and cold, and Flower. Same thing with Minnesota. You never know what's going to happen in Minnesota, so it's just like fuck, man. And actually, I got the rookie goalie in Carolina, and for whatever reason, they're playing anti-fucking Ronta instead of this stud of a goaltender.
Anderson?
What the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah. It's Kyochekov or some.
Oh, that's right.
Some commie shit.
Peter Kochkechkov.
Yeah,
but did you see
that dude?
Did you see the game against the Devs yesterday? Ranta and it was a 5-4 matchup. I was telling Corey before we went on, it's hard to say a 5-4 matchup is like a goalie battle.
Yeah,
but like, holy fuck, were they? They were standing on their head, putting shots aside.
Yeah.
What's his face? Your dude's is doing well. I can't think of his name right now.
Blackwood. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, Mackenzie Blackwood. Yeah, and Vanacek. But I think
Vanny's a good goalie, so
Yeah, he's just old.
I haven't watched hockey in about 2 weeks. Admittedly, the Flyers won the other night, though.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So you definitely didn't watch the Winter Classic today, then?
No, I did not. Admittedly, I was doing pod stuff, and then I realized I was trying to catch a little bit of Penn State in the Rose Bowl, but yeah, that didn't start till 5, and so
Gotcha.
It's all good. Probably another loss to a Pac-12 team.
I didn't watch the Winter Classic either because why?
Well,
honestly,
I
why?
love the Winter Classic. Pittsburgh and Boston.
Okay.
Ew.
Yes.
So fuck.
I love the Winter Classic too, Corey. But here's my gripe, and this goes out to Gary fucking Bettman. I hope you're listening to this because you sir are fucking idiot, number one.
Hi, Gary.
Hey Gary,
How are you doing?
you're a dumbass.
Oh.
Here's my thing.
Yes, he is.
There's been 13 Winter Classics played, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's only been 14 teams that have participated. 14 out of how many are there? 32 teams.
Oh, dude, I agree.
Okay.
Pittsburgh,
And
7,000 times.
Exactly.
Pittsburgh and Boston always seem to find their way into them. They've played 4 times.
Yes, they do.
And mostly against each other.
Yes.
So to me, if your whole thing, and this is where I'm ranting on Gary Bettman, you say that you want to grow the game of hockey, you want to grow the NHL, yet you don't pick teams generally that are hockey towns hockey teams playing in hockey towns. I don't know, like maybe the Battle of Alberta for the Winter Classic.
Dude, I've been saying that shit for years. Why not Calgary and Edmonton?
Maybe literally any Canadian team. Like Toronto and Montreal played one time, 2014 and 2016.
Well, that's the thing. Because they got to bring them here to the
Vancouver,
States.
Oh, my God. Like,
it's bullshit.
Please. It's bullshit. Like, if you want to grow the game of hockey, again, there's been 13 Winter Classics played. At the time, let's just say there was 30 NHL teams before these 2 expansions.
Right.
Literally, you could have had almost a whole league play at this point. And not to mention, if you want to grow the game of hockey, if you want to have stupid fucking teams in California and Arizona and Florida and the South, then why wouldn't you have those teams play an actual hockey team in a hockey town to grow the game of hockey?
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Because you answered it. You answered your own question, dude, because Gary Bettman, he's a fucking dumbass.
He is a fucking dumbass. Like, are you kidding me, dude? Like,
hockey
pull your head out of your ass.
Hockey is so good looking right now, too. Like,
yeah, dude.
I don't know how, like, some of these guys aren't front and center, like, spreading the game.
Well, like that's why it was so cool. Like, okay, Kraken in Vegas next year, like that's awesome. But then what are you going to do next year? It's going to be the same. I don't know, fucking Chicago and Detroit or whatever the fuck.
If anything, this proves the whole Kraken thing, like their rivalry's not making sense. Like if they roped in the Canadian team you guys keep talking about, like that would be awesome.
Seattle,
The Canucks.
Vancouver.
Pull the Canucks down. They all have passports, clearly.
Even it's great. It's great that the expansion teams now are playing in the Winter Classic, but honestly, 5 years too late for Vegas. Like, I understand that you weren't expecting Vegas to be fucking so good in the first year, but 2019, you should have thrown them in there. I don't care who you scheduled. You should have thrown them in there. Like, hey, this is our brand new team in the NHL. This is Vegas. They're playing in the Winter Classic.
At least put them in a stadium series.
It's a perfect time for Kraken, though.
At least.
They're only 2 years. Their second year.
Yeah, no, it worked out great for Seattle because in their third, this is their second, so next year will be the third year they're hosting Winter Classic. Like that's
Maybe
fucking great for them.
The mascot before then.
Oh my God.
The Bowie, you're stuck with Bowie, sweetheart.
Yep.
You're stuck with him.
with Bowie for a while.
He's not going anywhere.
I have hope.
But I mean,
I have faith.
I mean, damn, man, like. You know, you got 7 Canadian teams that 5 of them have never appeared in the Winter Classic, which I don't know if you know is like a hockey thing.
Have the Maple Leafs?
It is. Yeah, they've been in it. But that's didn't you know hockey's an American sport?
The Leafs and the Canadians, those are the only 2 Canadian teams.
Why do we take everything and make it worse?
Because America.
Like
America. Fuck yeah. That's what we do. We took their game and we Christopher Columbus hockey.
Yeah.
For real.
We took a game that is played outside in the cold and put it in Arizona.
Yeah, in front of 5,000 people.
We took a team away from Quebec.
Yes.
I was going to say Quebec's looking pretty good right now. So
ain't it?
We also took a team away from Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, and gave it to Raleigh, North Carolina.
The Whalers.
Makes sense.
It was the Whalers, and now they're the Carolina Hurricanes because we get
hockey, guys.
we get storms here.
I mean,
they did it to Winnipeg too before they brought them back.
Yeah,
you know they got smart. But if they didn't bring Winnipeg back, if Atlanta didn't fail again, we'd only have 6 Canadian teams because we wouldn't have the Jets.
That's true.
So it's fucked, dude. There's a lot of Canadian provinces, I guess, or cities, whatever they call them up there. That should have Hamilton. You know why? And first of all, Canadian places have cool as shit names.
Yeah,
there's a place called Medicine Hat.
Yeah. You know,
I want them to have an NHL team.
Medicine Hat.
Listen, you know what? While Tampa Bay Lightning does fit because it's Tampa Bay and it rains all the time.
Yeah,
there's
they
always
get storms there.
But you know what would fit even better as the Lightning? Thunder Bay.
Thunder Bay Lightning.
Is that a place?
It's Canada, yeah.
Yes, it is. It's Canada. It's right outside of Canada. It's on the border of Minnesota and Canada.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Thunder Bay.
Hey, they got a Winter Classic appearance, though, finally. That's what kills me. It took Minnesota over a decade, and that's the fucking place for hockey in the States.
Yeah.
And it took 12 years to give them one right.
Minnesota was a team when they started the Winter Classic. Before they started the Winter Classic.
Guys, you know what I think of when I think of hockey? The Penguins, Pittsburgh.
Oh, God damn it. Why do you do this? Because it's a cute little penguin playing hockey?
Yeah, exactly. So what's more hockey than a penguin?
Don't worry. As Joe said in the text earlier with all of us, Sidney Crosby will make an appearance somehow next year.
He'll somehow he'll be at the Winter Classic next year somehow.
He'll sign a one-day contract with Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying we should act like Sid and Ovi aren't like great players, but like they're clearly at the end of their careers. Shouldn't we be moving on to like the McDavids?
One of them's at the end of their career.
Oh, stop! Homeboy wants to go play in Mother Russia.
Russia.
Not till he breaks the record, bud. 4 years.
I don't want him to get Gretzky's record. Not him, dude.
Are you kidding me, Corey? The man is going to break his record. Are you kidding me?
I'm not. Look, I'm not saying he's not gonna. I'm saying I don't want him to.
No, man.
It's Gretzky, man.
You're gonna want it. You're gonna want it.
No, I don't. I love Gretzky.
Yes,
he's Gretzky, man.
Okay, Gretzky. This is a conversation that would take forever. We don't have to have this conversation right now. Gretzky played in an era when every single goalie was the worst. They were cheats. Nobody was good.
Whoa!
Nobody was good for most of the time. For most of the time that Gretzky was playing in the NHL, there was not.
I mean, you're
good
accurate.
goaltenders.
Most of the goals against averages back then were like 4.5 goals a game. But he played Ron Hextall in the '87 Stanley Cup. God damn it!
Holy cow! This just got heated.
They did win.
Yeah,
For the record, they
okay,
won.
Facts. For the most of the time, for let's say a decade, 12 years that Gretzky was playing in NHL, there wasn't a goaltender that was any good.
One of the
Let's
only
be real.
goalies that from that era that was worth a shit was on his team too, in Grant Fuhr.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it was Grant Fuhr. Yeah, so like he wasn't shooting on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come
Yeah.
on, it's.
So are we
Listen.
saying Gretzky's a fraud?
I'm not saying no. We're not saying Gretzky's a fraud. We're just saying generational wise, like just once Ovi breaks his record in this era of hockey is a far bigger achievement than when Wayne Gretzky set the record, in my view.
I think that's fair.
Hey,
That was
Hey.
so much.
how many 200 plus points seasons has Ovi had, friend? Huh? Right.
Okay, again, generational, my friend, generational.
I know. I'm heckling you, man, because I'm upset that nobody on my team can score a fucking goal ever.
No, it's fine. Well, actually,
So-
they can, but Torts benches them. Kevin Hayes.
He does. Yeah, I know. He benched the leading goal scorer. Healthy scratch.
I almost scooped Hayes up a couple weeks ago because he was hot. I was like,
And then he got
I had
benched.
I had him in the beginning of the season. Actually, you know what's funny? If Tortorella had Teemu Solani on his team, he would bench him.
Oh, he would. He would bench Ovi. He would bench Gretzky. Torts doesn't give a shit. Torts doesn't fucking
would.
care.
He
He'll
constantly
just.
tells it like reporters that they're stupid and just walks off. He's just like,
Yeah.
that was a stupid question. I'm leaving.
Yeah, he would have a period and just bench Gordie Howe. He'd be like, I don't fucking care. Fuck you. But that's why he's perfect. That's also why he's going to lose his job probably in like 7 months because he's going to be the scapegoat.
He's definitely regretting signing that contract.
For
He wishes
sure.
Oh
that
yeah, he
was on
is, and he
TNT.
should be.
Oh, another gripe against our boy Gary Bettman.
Yes.
Like the simple fact that you literally can't watch hockey anywhere. Really, I mean,
yeah.
they say ESPN Plus Power Play. Oh yeah, you can watch every out of market game now because Power Play. Guess what? I still can't watch a game in Washington. It's blacked out. So fuck you, Gary Bettman.
It's bullshit.
And hey, there's this cool deal with TNT. Great, yeah, that's awesome. Guess what? You can't get TNT unless you have actual cable or a streaming service like Sling. Sling is the only one that has it. So,
Yeah,
NHL,
no,
I'll
it
tell you
used to
what.
be easy to watch sports. It's very
It's
difficult
like
now.
cable with more steps.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Like-
NBC.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It almost makes
back
you
in-
miss the Versus Network those days where hockey would come
Oh.
on after bull riding and before the Westminster Dog Show.
I mean, I tell you what. I miss back in my day. There was an
feel
ESPN2.
so
You could watch
young.
all the hockey you wanted.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
Wednesday night, National Hockey Night with Bill Clement and Gary Thorne. Bill Clement, former
Ah.
Flyer, by the way. That was one of the best sports theme songs ever, dude.
And Barry Melrose on the ice. on the
Barry
bench.
Melrose. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Speaking of, in like 1994 or 95 or something like that, you know how many San Jose Sharks games I watched? All
Several.
of them because ESPN2.
Yeah.
Kelly
So-
Rudy, dude. Kelly Rudy.
You know. Anyway, that's my gripe. That's all I got.
No, it's very valid. Gary Bettman sucks.
You and Corey going back and forth with them. Back in my day.
Yeah, old people,
Well-
90s hockey talk.
Yeah, well, I did that on purpose, obviously, to show my age. So.
You know what, man? You look good for your age, dude.
Hey, thanks, bud.
Here we
Appreciate
go.
Yeah, dude.
It's the Everyman Jack, and it's the Dove soap, and
Well,
it's
so Native now stays in the house because of you.
I know. I actually use it now too.
Yes, you converted everybody in our household. So are you telling
There
me
we
now
go.
that Everyman Jack is the way to go? Because now it's an investment that's been made and a mental commitment.
Native is still top tier for sure. I just switch it up because Everyman Jack has a couple different smells that I like
like
to
to
switch
smell
it up
the same.
over Native Orange.
It's very
So-
true. Ooh, Native Orange. We haven't found
Well-
that one.
I don't.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it says
orange
coconut
is
in
like something musk. I forget what it is, but I forget the name of it.
What
But I
scent?
usually-
what scent are we on now?
We're on the
No.
cucumber and eucalyptus.
Yeah, we've got cucumber and eucalyptus. What do you got? Which Everyman Jack? It does smell yummy.
Everyman Jack is it's red. It's like cedar pine or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Woodsy Hot Joe. Lumberjack. Lumber Joe.
Lumber
Joe. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, dude.
Damn right. Let me some pancakes. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude. Speaking of pancakes, what's for dinner tonight, dude?
Actually, I made breakfast for dinner. I just got.
That's so hot.
Made some eggs. Made some eggs. Got some ooatmeal.
I did that last night.
I actually, if you really want to know, I found that there's about a 5 centimeter hole in my oven coil, so I can't use my oven until I replace that. Because I was gonna make some fish like I usually do, but got to replace the coil. So grown up life.
Fish like you usually do. How many nights a week do you have fish?
At least 4 or 5. Yeah.
Wow.
It's lean.
Pescatarian.
Look at him.
No, I know.
You could learn a thing or two.
I'm not hating.
I could learn
we
a thing
all
or
could.
two, yeah.
Hard Work Works fitness app, by the way, kids. Download it and watch our guy Hot Joe be sexy and teach you how to be sexy as well, but not quite as sexy as him because that's physically impossible.
I mean, we could try. You could see me in person too. I have my own gym in 2953 Shore Drive, Virginia Beach, Virginia. So you can check that out too.
There it is for all the but no stalkers. He's already got one of those in me.
No. Well, actually, V and I are working on a little dealio.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's explained it, but yeah.
No, she had. I was driving when this was going on, and I immediately told her, I was like, "Here's the deal. I need you to bring a squirt bottle, and I need you to just spray our guy, because if I'm not going to be there physically in person, it doesn't mean I don't want something for the bank. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, there's our guy's gym. Don't be creepy, people. Go support him.
All the creepy is safe for Corey.
Only Corey's being creepy.
Yeah, it's only okay if I'm creepy. Or maybe I never asked him if this was okay. I think he just plays along with it.
This is not consensual in the slightest.
No, we're good, man, because we met in person. You came to my birthday, so that earns you. You can be creepy. It's fine.
All right, cool.
We finally met. It's okay.
I'm in. Yeah, I know. We've talked. We've chirped over fantasy hockey for 2 years before we actually met in person.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the general rotation of how things go when you meet a new friend.
Only literally like 30 minutes apart too. That's crazy.
I know.
It's that fucking bridge, man.
That's what it is. And
a wall. Like,
I don't want to out our guy here, but our guy seems kind of resistant to our side of the water.
I mean, it's not necessarily that I'm resistant. It's just, man, like I gotta pack a lunch if I'm gonna go over to that side.
No, dude, I'll cook for you. What do you mean? It won't be fish, but.
All right, we'll talk. We'll figure out. But hey, actually, I got a question.
Yes.
Hey, what's the deal on our sweaters, man?
Oh, dude. I should hopefully know more tomorrow because that's when the day job resumes. But trust me, I've nudged the middleman several times.
Dude, like. Again, like, hey, I'm a patient person, but I wish it was just like, I wish it was a, hey, 8 to 16 weeks and it'll be here. Not, it's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to be messing with 1998 Federal Express times here.
I know, man, for real. Like, dang,
it's horseshit.
I mean, Amazon Prime can get through a damn storm on the entire East Coast and get me something in 2 days. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, they don't really care very much though about their employees. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That may be true, but I feel like they pay them pretty well, at least a livable wage.
Yeah, I mean, I thought for sure we would have them by Navidad. And that's Hispanic for Christmas, by the way.
Well, yeah, because I thought for sure we'd be able to have Joe here for we could do sweater reveals while you were on break.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Tomorrow break's over.
Right.
I have it in my calendar to do a sweater reveal. Like I'm down to do it.
That might just have to be a weekend thing, unfortunately, which sucks. Kind of a fat one, but. Moral of the story is, I guess let's just all have our gimmicks ready for the next time to jumpstart this thing.
My gimmick's always ready, bud.
I know it is.
But what I was going to say is that,
you're giving away too much content, Joe. Calm that down.
If the price is right and if the shoe fits well and if the sweater is tight and real tight, I might come up on a Monday live recording.
Ooh.
Hey.
So I got Kraken. You got Kraken, right?
All three of us got Kraken, save for Joe. Joe got
All three of you did get Kraken? Wow.
Yeah. We all
this is
went Kraken.
I should have went with the Tanev then. Damn, what am I doing?
I know you're the odd
Ghost.
man out here, man.
What did you end up?
I mean,
Where'd you go, Joe? Who did you end up getting?
I got Tage.
That's
I got
right.
Tage Thompson,
That's right.
dude.
That's
I was
right.
watching the Sabres this week.
He wears my number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be fired. He might break the record. He might break Ovi's record one day.
He's going fucking nuts, dude.
That Buffalo squad, they're young and
Yeah.
they're on the come.
Darlene's been fired this year too.
That's my guy.
Yeah, man.
Number
He's
26.
been
Listen, let's see what it's 2023 now. So if they keep the Red Buffalo around, they'll be back in the Stanley Cup Finals and losing Game 7, and then at least the next 5 to 6.
Brett Hull's going to come back to put his foot in the crease. I'm done predicting.
Allegedly.
I'm done predicting hockey futures after my Ottawa shit. I'm out on NHL futures.
Yeah.
Because that's not going hot at all.
No.
Good thing I
Not
didn't
at
put
all.
that $100 on them winning the
Though,
cup like I was
I
seriously
did-
considering
I
doing.
think I said on that first show that the bold prediction was that Colorado was going to miss the playoffs. Didn't I say that? Did I say
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
that? That might happen. Though it is the Pacific, so anything can happen. But
Yeah,
Anyway.
got that right.
Injuries.
Yeah, that's not helping him at all. But yeah, dude, hey, I'm just a Flyers fan over here. I get to live vicariously through you guys in the playoffs, so
Yeah. Well, if you guys could heat up because
yeah, no.
the Caps are limping along.
I know, but we won't.
The Caps are limping along, and they're right in it.
I mean, yeah, Caps have won 6 in a row now, so.
Yeah, they're heating up, I guess I should say. But what I
Yeah.
mean,
Heating up.
what I meant to say is they went from like distinctively out to like in.
Yeah, they were in the overall league bottom 20 in the league, and now they're I don't know 10th or something like that. So
Yeah.
Respectable.
Couple points
yeah,
behind
it's
us.
respectable.
We're all jammed up. We are, except for of course Philly.
Except us, right? Exactly. We are the toilet of the metro.
We're a good couple back of Carolina, but
It's
I
nice
think
to be in the conversation.
Right? You guys are all playoff teams.
I think only like 6 points is between us and like 5th or 6th place. So it's not
Log
much.
jam.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at the league right now,
yeah.
and I'm looking at the differential specifically, the goal differential, and out of the top 20 teams, there's only 2 teams that have a negative goal differential. It's Detroit with -7, and they're in 19th place, and LA in 7th with a -6 goal differential. Everybody else is like plus 20. There's so many goals being scored this year. I love it.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
But that
lot.
was just an interesting thing to see, to these teams' places, but having a negative. How is LA in 7th? Well, I know because they're in the Pacific. They're in the West. But anyway, but the Devs are only a couple points off.
Yeah.
In the in Metro, they're second. So they're good.
I knew they were going to cool off. I just was hoping it wasn't going to cool off the way they did, like 6 games in a row. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But they're still playing tough, and they're still getting a lot of shots.
Right.
And so it's like they're just not getting them in the net. So it's like eventually that'll level out too.
Exactly.
They'll start putting them in the net again.
Exactly. And at least it's not. It wasn't a flash in the pan thing. You guys are steady enough. Like, you'll be there.
We should at least make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whether we can do some
really.
damage or not there.
In the as far as the Metro, as long as you're top 4, you'll be okay. Because I think Islanders aren't going to do shit. Obviously, the Flyers aren't going to do anything. Sorry, Corey.
No, none taken, dude.
Columbus should just stop their season now. So, as long as they win 2 out of 3, continue to win 2 out of 3, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just whether or not, when they were red hot, I thought they were going to be scary in the playoffs,
Yeah.
And now it's just like, we might just be scrappy.
Well, there's still time. I mean, it's January 2nd, so we still have 3 months until the playoffs get here. And
oh my God.
We sure do.
Hockey season's
also,
a while. It ebbs and flows. We have a 10-game losing streak every fucking year, so you could get hot again.
Yeah, that's true.
And speaking of hockey, now is when fantasy hockey actually matters, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you set your lineups and make sure you look at the waiver wire. It's not going to matter because I'm still going to school all of you. But
I don't stand a chance
regardless.
against Joe this week. He has 21 more games than me.
I hate that shit.
I'm like, well,
I know.
Like, even if the boys show up, I stand no chance this
It's
week.
like you're fucked. You have to hope for the shootout.
Do you have everybody?
point.
Do you have everybody started? Do you have everybody in your? You got a full lineup?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
not
shit.
today.
Oh, okay.
Today, nobody in my lineup. Nobody is playing. I think
It's-
I'm already
All
done
right.
for the day. I just had a couple guys in the Pittsburgh game.
As of this morning, your boy has a playoff spot. I'm in the 6th spot now, but I'm also under 500. So, yeah.
Well, Justin, honestly, you'll probably beat me in the goalie points more than likely. So
Here's
you got that
hoping.
goal for you.
Here's hoping. I know Toronto. I'm platooning in Toronto. I've got both Samsonov and Murray, and that can be awesome some weeks. And then other weeks it's like, oh God, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, shoot me in the face.
And the Caps are playing 4 times this week, so Lindgren should at least get a start. I can't believe they went back to Kemper.
Right?
I can't believe they still have Kemper, to be honest with you. But that's another story for another day, I suppose.
It is. You guys have a trade to negotiate, though. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for deals being made.
Justin might need to keep lingering, and I understand. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
It just depends.
It's never a bad time to negotiate, dude. As long as you don't blindly fire off offers like our guy.
Oh no! See, see, that's the thing, Justin. You tell me what you want, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
You
So
name
there.
it. Everybody's got a price.
Everybody's got a price.
$1 million
I'm not
man.
gonna name who I would give up. I'll just let Justin decide if he wants to, and if not, that's cool too. Whatever.
Leave it. There you go. That's a good GM. There's our guy. There's our guy.
Here's I'll just flop it on the table, and you let me know if
Please
you want
do.
it or not.
Oh, I
Is that-
want it.
God damn it.
On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and eat my breakfast for dinner. You guys have a great night.
I
love
had
you so
to.
much.
You enjoy
you.
it. Breakfast for
Love you.
dinner is whimsical and you're sexy. We love you, Joe.
I love you all too. Let's have a sweater reveal party soon.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah.
Love you, brother.
All right. Later, boys
Bye.
and girls.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
He's overtaken Sirianni for me as number 1.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm over his shit. Hot Joe, very generous with his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think we
excited.
kept. I think we kept him the whole time though. It wasn't like the one time a couple weeks ago where I think he enjoyed his full stay that time.
Yeah, because we stayed on topic mostly. Except
Yeah.
for the dinner and
I don't know what it
the
is, but
sidestep. You got to know what he's eating.
I always ask him what he's eating
It's
for
not
dinner.
like you're gonna do it. You are not eating fish, friend.
I like fish, but I couldn't do it 4 nights a week. That's a
No,
little egregious.
I can barely get him to eat it at all when I make it.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Well, it depends on like what it is and shit. Like I'll eat, but the problem is like most things, it has to be fried and breaded and whatnot,
Well, that defeats the purpose.
which is just entirely negates what the
Mhm.
purpose that fish is here for.
It drives
But
me
yeah,
insane.
yes. So, but I don't know why that became the thing, but I always have to ask him that. Breakfast for dinner, though, very whimsical. I did that last night. It was very, very good.
I'm excited for our collab work. This is
Yes. Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
I'm taking video work and pictures for him. So, yeah.
Look at
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
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 I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just jealous. I'm thrilled because I'm happy that
Part of me wanted to text him and be like, "It has to happen while Corey's at the shipyard," because I don't need him just like fawning over Joe in the pictures. 'cause it's
yeah,
just-
not at all. Like I am geeked as fuck that my lady's starting up a business and things are going well. But I'm very jealous that you're going to get to see like in person, not social media, Instagram video. You're going to get to see in person like veins bursting Joe.
Oh my god!
And this isn't like jealousy like you're going to be around him. This is jealousy as in I'm not. That's what this is. So yeah, squirt bottle will be brought. I need that. I just want him all oiled up like he's wrestling again.
Oh my God.
You know? Just
I
give a little
just can
too.
see it now. Joe's gonna be like, Victoria, why do you have me putting oil on myself? Don't
This
worry
has
about it,
nothing
Joe.
to do
No,
with
don't.
the purpose. Just don't ask questions. Don't ask questions.
That is so aggressive. Don't ask questions.
We brag to other people about how hot he is. Like, we went to, that cough was inconvenient for you, the listener. I apologize. We went to see, hang out with her friend Heather and her boyfriend for a
Shout
little
out
while
Heather.
Saturday night. Yeah, shout out to Heather and Jake. Love that dude. And her as well. But we were, Hot Joe come up, and immediately the conversation pivoted to how attractive he is. You know?
He says good conversation pivoted. Corey forcefully turned it.
Well,
So
yeah,
does
because
Guy,
He's so
Joe.
attractive.
it is true. Well, yeah, because V was telling her about, you know.
I was like, yeah, so, I'm doing this photo shoot for my friend Hot Joe. And she was just like, Hot Joe? Like, what? And then he was like, well, I mean, he's just so hot. So.
Let me tell you, girl, you look at this motherfucker. Like, I was fawning, dude. Full blown. I wanted to pull up a picture, but I thought that would probably make it too weird. So I was just like, let me keep my hands in the pockets.
Yeah.
Put one on the vape and just sit here and huff my triple berry. Point being, our guy's attractive. What's not attractive is losing 2 fucking games in a row.
20
No.
to 10. I looked. It was 0-0 at one point. Like, oh, okay, And then at the next point, I think it was 13-0.
It was 10-0. Yeah, 13-0 was at its apex, and then we crept back, and it's. Yesterday sucked for a number of reasons. Now it comes down to the final week of the season to clinch home field advantage, and we own the Saints' first rounder in April's draft. So the more games they lose, the better assets you have if you're Howie to do whatever it is that you want to do with them. And it's the Washington game. I get it. You got caught with your pants down. Shit happens. And I hate to say it, especially into a live microphone, but Dallas is a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're better, but Dallas is a good team. There's no shame in losing to them other than if you're an Eagles fan, you never want to lose to the fucking Cowboys. It's the Antichrist. You don't want to do it. So it sucks, but there's no embarrassment other than outside of the rivalry. You just lost to a team that was under 500 and isn't even leading their own division, which sucks a fat dick. Like, that's inexcusable. I understand you have a backup quarterback. I get it. And the injury to Lane Johnson is fucking huge. Like, Jalen Hurts is missed, obviously. But when you have your starting right tackle out, a dude that hasn't allowed a sack in over 2 years, that fucks everything up. And that's when he went down against Dallas the first time. That's when Dallas kind of, I don't know if people remember this shit, but we were beating the fuck out of Dallas like 20-0 the first meeting. Lane Johnson got hurt, and that's when Dallas kind of crept back into the game because you put Jack Driscoll out there. And, yeah, fuck that guy. I don't even want to say his name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's okay. He's respectable as a player, but he's not fucking Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson is Christ status. And so, like, when this offensive line, when you're missing somebody like that, that's what's going to keep the offense from running the way it should. Because it doesn't matter who's back there. They're not going to be protected the way that they typically are. The offensive line's like an engine. You have to have those 5 guys are all used to working together. If you miss a dude, if you go down, it fucking hurts because those dudes are tight. And not to be that guy, because every O-line is, but our offensive line put a fucking record out. They're like, our offensive line is tight off the field too. And when one of them's out, it doesn't fire on all cylinders. So Lane Johnson's not going to get the attention that Jalen Hurts is, but I would argue in a lot of ways it's absolutely more crucial that he's out because before he went out last week, Minshew put up over 300 yards. So it's like you can move the ball still. It's not optimal because Hurts is a dual threat, but with Lane Johnson out, this offense looks entirely fucking different. And now you lose Josh Sweat, who gets carted off the field with a neck injury. and he's got movement in his extremities. Local kid, 7'5" guy, and he's
really.
I can't remember what school he went to. It was like one of the ones on the other side of the water. I think Chesapeake, Oscar Smith or some shit. I could be wrong, but
That has 2 first names.
one of them, yeah, and he's got movement in all of his limbs now, which is good, and he swears up and down that he's going to be back this season, which is awesome. But at the end of the day, you got carted off the field, and you got to get medically cleared. This is not going to be a fucking Tua situation. You know what I mean? Like, so you lose one of the 2 guys between Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick that you can count on week in, week out on defense. And the best thing that you can be, you'd rather lose the game than lose a player. And losing Lane Johnson last week against Dallas hurt more than the loss. We'll see what happens with Josh Sweat, but relatively this team stayed kind of healthy until about mid-November. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson goes down. Reed Blankenship goes down. Dallas Goedert. And, like, some of these dudes are starting to trickle back, but Hurts, Lane Johnson, Josh Sweat, this is the reason why clinching that home field advantage in that first round bye now is fucking paramount. It's not the rust versus rest debate anymore. And should you play guys, and will they go in rusty if you sit them? Now you kind of have to get it because you need to secure it in order to give yourself another week to get guys healthy. And Lane Johnson is an abdominal tear. That motherfucker, if it's up to him, he's going to play if it's a pain tolerance thing. And look, they've got drugs, okay? They can dope somebody up nice and proper to where they can get through a game 60 minutes. But it's like you look at it and you go, okay, a couple weeks ago, 13-1. There's a little bit of PTSD because it's like it's the new year, but it's the same Eagles. Like, you try to convince yourself this team is different, and in a lot of ways it is. But it's like you look at the outcome, and injuries always play a part in shit, but it's like, man, we were right there. We were right there. And now it's almost like you're an afterthought nationally. And not that that matters, because who gives a fuck what national media is paying attention to? But it's just a microcosm of shit because you haven't been hot. You've dropped 2 games, and now with your starting quarterback on the sideline looking mad as fuck, now he kind of, even if he shouldn't really play against the Giants, he's going to play this coming week. And now you have to hope that whatever was going on with his shoulder, he doesn't fucking get re-aggravated against the divisional rival that has also clinched a playoff spot, that if you shit all over yourself again, you might fucking see in the first round of the playoffs, and it might behoove them to fucking eliminate that motherfucker. Like, that's the thing. You go from being the team everybody's fucking not even penciling in, booking you in the Super Bowl, to now you might be playing wild card weekend and you have all these injuries, and who knows, you might end up getting bounced by Minnesota or fucking the Giants during wild card weekend, and it's fucking depressing. It fucking sucks, dude. Like, there's so many similarities between this team and the Super Bowl year that I'm trying to convince myself it's 34 years of being an Eagles fan that's catching up to you. Just shut the fuck up and stay the course. But, you know, we'll see what happens this week against the Giants. That game got moved to 4:25 because it's got importance now. And you got to win. You got to win to lock up home field. And if you don't, that's just another game you got to win when you're not at full strength. And I get it. Nobody's at full strength this time of year, but there's certain people you can afford to lose, and there's certain people that are irreplaceable. And Lane Johnson is one of them. You cannot lose that fucking guy. So, yeah, it's going to be a long 6 days until Sunday, man. A long fucking 6 days, because this feels like, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you just have that funky taste in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what these last couple weeks have been. Like, you almost get spoiled in a way. Like, it just, you know, you're used to going in Monday morning, and, oh, I'm guessing you guys won again. You just, yep. And you move on. Like, now, fuck. Like, now it's been a while, you know, and I don't know. it's you remember that we don't necessarily have a place in this high society, and we're not used to it. And you get reality checked really fucking quickly. So
Can relate.
like, dude, right.
And the Suns too, stinking up the joint. And
Really?
it's almost mirror image because the Suns, Cam Johnson went down like November 4th. He's been out since November 4th. Chris Paul, we lost for a month. Book's been out for like a week and a half. Ayton has been out like twice.
Jesus.
Campaign was out for like a couple weeks. So that's bench players.
Right.
Shamet missed most of last week, who was stepping in for Book.
Right.
And Crowder sucks. Like,
your boy
hasn't seen the court.
Yeah, no, I know. It's depressing, man. And it's like I have this weird love-hate with football season. Like I told V yesterday, it's like I'm just ready for this to be over. You know, but yet in a couple weeks when the playoffs start, I'll be geeked.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the bipolar experience of being an Eagles fan. And I'm sure fans of any fan base feel this way, but it's you don't want to be trending.
It gives me a headache because he just goes up and down with his moods. Some days he's high as hell. Oh, I'm doing so good as an Eagles fan. And then it's just like, literally there can be like one missed call or one play mess up. And immediately he's like, this is the worst team I've ever dealt with. I'm going to die.
I told her yesterday after the game, I was like, you know what? Our guy better be careful because motherfuckers are going to start calling for his head.
Yeah.
And I might be one of them.
13-3 and the base is already going to turn on him if he doesn't lock this thing in right.
Hey, 2 years after we won the Super Bowl, which is all we ever wanted. Homeboys in Jacksonville now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, like it, and it's fucked. And Sirianni's not really going to lose his job. But if we lose to the Giants and we don't clinch home field and then we get bounced in the wild card, there's going to be columns written, and there's going to be people that do what we're doing that are saying that he needs to be fired. And I don't think that's it. And again, hopefully it doesn't fucking happen. Hopefully it ends with a Lombardi or it ends with a nice run, and who gives a shit. But you don't want to be trending downward at this time of year. Nope. You don't. And you got 1 week to get it right. So Hurts is going to start against the Giants. He's going to. And motherfucker, there better not just run the actual running back, for fuck's sake.
That's
run
what he's
him.
there for.
Run him. And I love Miles Sanders, but if he gets hurt, who gives a shit? Like, you can still operate with Kenny Gainwell or that fucking midget baby Yoda fuck Boston Scott. You can still function with those dudes. You can't function without Hurts and Lane Johnson. Clearly, we lost to the fucking Hurricane Katrinas yesterday.
Jesus.
I hate the fucking Saints.
Damn.
I hate them. I realize I just insulted an entire region of the country, but fuck you. Bye, you bitches.
Jesus.
God
Bye,
damn.
you bitches.
I mean, for real.
To be fair, I think I hate them too because of Bountygate. But
that too, yeah, that's kind of where it started. That's where my hate for the Saints started, when they won the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, all these Saints fans came out of nowhere, and you're like, how long though?
Yeah.
And it's
Were
like,
you wearing
well,
a bag on your head?
Yeah, exactly. Well, when Hurricane Katrina happened, I moved here, and it's like, yo, everybody that got displaced from Katrina didn't happen to come to the 757.
Yeah.
There's other places in the country.
They're all Bucks fans now.
Right, exactly. And it's just like, then they acted, Sean Payton, I hate that fucking dickhole. And when they won the Super Bowl, they acted like no other team ever deserved anything more than New Orleans deserved that Super Bowl, because they had a hurricane 5 years prior. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Seriously, get the fuck out of here. And now, however many years later, I'm still ranting about this because I'm still mad. And it doesn't matter. We've got on Barty anyway. But the Bountygate thing was bullshit. And I fucking hate the Saints. I can't stand them. And now they're picked.
I never knew this hatred. I learn new hatreds all the time.
I have a lot of random sports hatreds. The Saints are absolutely one of them.
I might still be a football fan if Bountygate doesn't happen. Because that was like Brett Favre getting destroyed that game.
I knew not to be that guy. I mean, you could ask John, my stepdad. I knew something was going on during that game. I was like, something's up here.
Even though Brett Favre sucks. I hate him now.
Yeah, exactly. But, dude, that's it. they got jobbed. And Minnesota has like two of the best teams that never even made it to a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
and then
maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah, and then they follow it up the next year getting crushed in the NFC Championship.
Yes.
That seems to be the way it goes.
Yes, exactly.
41-0 to the Giants, and then who turned around and got the shit kicked out of them by the Ravens.
Right. Oh, it was awful Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Awful. Even though the Ravens won after Ray Lewis allegedly killed a guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, let's go Baltimore.
Yeah, it's look, we said Eagles Ravens Super Bowl. I don't know.
This might not be the year for that.
I don't know that either of them are making it now, for real.
Yeah, is Lamar good now?
That's what I'm saying. It was a dark Sunday of football around the house yesterday because not only did we lose, but they lost to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and it's
my
just
brother
like
was at that game too.
Yeah, shout out Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny went to that game and he was like, "What a fucking game to go to!" Like fucking serious.
Yeah,
Poe came back.
Limped their way yeah, I saw that. He did the Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Like he rolled out in a wheelchair and he had like a cast on. And then
showed you this clip.
He pushed the shit off and stood up.
That's right. Okay.
Kevin
okay.
Nash.
How you gonna pretend you weren't
well,
watching the clip?
No, I saw it, but I was half asleep when you showed me. But I saw they had all three of them out there. So
that was really raspy.
Very raspy. I'm hitting the vape too much. I guess that's our cue to get out of here. This therapy session's over, kids. Hopefully we talk to you next week. Home field advantage will have been clinched. So, yeah, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, all that bullshit, but just don't be like Hulk Hogan. He sucked. We'll see you next week. As always,
go Birds.
Boom. Yo, how'd Barkley put it? Looking like another grease pole night in Philly.